So who's a 49er? Who's a fan of the 49ers or Chiefs? Mix.
I was rooting for Metallica. Their home base is San Francisco, so that was my
Okay.
team.
Okay.
I'm a Cowboys fan through and through, but and my best friend's from San Fran, so
No
I
worries.
kind of was leaning that away, but I
Yeah.
didn't care. I like Coach Reed.
Yeah. It was a good game. I mean, went overtime, right? It just so
I'm 54. I went to bed, Daniel.
my kids stayed up. My wife was like, gotta go to sleep. I was like, it's so Super Bowl. You gotta let them watch.
I'm
So
into sports for the social aspect, but I think it was an interesting. I think I'm more interested in how people are reacting to it.
yeah.
It's you know, everybody has their time, I guess, right?
Yeah. And then every time Taylor Swift was on the screen, my daughter was like, "Look, it's Taylor Swift."
See, I love that commercial because I'm people give Taylor Swift a lot of flack, and I'm not per se a fan. Like I hear her songs on the radio, but I don't go buy her albums. My daughter does. And I think it's cool that that's a connector. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that commercial, did y'all see the commercial where the dad was watching TV and the daughter was in her room on her phone and the dad brought her 13, the t-shirt, the one that I guess Taylor had a 13, had a jersey. I don't know. Anyway, he brought it to her and she came back in the living room and sat down and started watching the football game with him.
Oh yes. Okay, that's what it was about. I didn't
Yeah.
get
And I was like, okay, see, I mean, people are being connected. You don't necessarily have to, she's not everybody's cup of tea, so to speak, and that's cool. But I think it's cool that she's kind of mending those bridges a little bit. I think that's cool.
that's good.
Yeah.
Well, it is our Monday huddle. I appreciate everyone getting on. Hi Lori, hi Lucia, Angela, Peggy,
I,
the team. Uh then I think Angela, are you trying to get on to another device with the audio?
yeah, I'm trying to piece it all together here.
No worries, no worries. Yeah. So for those that are new, our huddle is just, just our group getting together. Some people have time to hop on, some people are doing their own thing, which is great. This is just where we can come together weekly, where I can see you guys' faces and just kind of share some wins. And
Mm.
as our group continues to get bigger, we might have guest speakers, things like that. So it's up to us how we want to handle it. Maybe
Okay.
Lucia and the rest will start their own huddles in the future, and it might be a different date. That's fine too. I know the Let's Fly crew has their huddle at 10 o'clock with their group. So, but this is just something where, I set a date and a time that I can pour into and just kind of share together. Judy Ratsamy, if you haven't met her yet, she was um, along with Calvin. Calvin and I, when we started with EXP, this platform, Judy was the only person that came on board with us together. And,
Okay.
she's seen the growth, she's seen the ups and downs, and, she's a great leader, and I'm glad to be partners with her. So I'm going to have her start off with sharing her wins and any excitement that way. So,
Okay.
Yeah, good morning. So I did not
Mhm.
watch the game at all yesterday. Had a lot of family things going on, but we did listen in, so that was really neat. Um, yeah, my wins for last week. I'm going to put a lot of offers out. So this week is going to be a follow-up. Just continue to grind and to see my leaders grow, which is great. So we're throwing a couple events. Lori's got an event tomorrow that she's got going on. And then Katie and I are helping to throw a commercial event that's coming up too. So those are my wins.
you guys have a date for that commercial event that you guys are
Yeah,
doing, Judy?
it'll be this February the 27th. I'm trying to get everybody to send over their headshots and their titles and their job descriptions. And once we get all of that, we'll send it on out.
And that's going to be more investor focus, your
Yes,
crowd.
it'll be investor focused and hopefully for people who aren't educated or don't really understand triple nets and gross leases, those kind of things. So yeah, everybody will be invited. We will cap it off. It is fully sponsored, and everybody there will be in the commercial realm, but we're not. Everybody's invited, basically.
Okay, perfect. We got to have Lori. Hold on. Got to hit that mute button. Unmute.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, hear you.
I'm kind of clueless about this stuff.
Well, on the cell phone, you have to click on the middle of the screen, and it'll pop up, then you can hit it. It's weird that way.
I
But you-
lost. Let's see, what are my wins? Well, like Judy mentioned, we have an event coming up tomorrow, so I'm excited about that. Our last event was really successful. We made some great contacts, so I'm really enjoying being able to do those realtor learning events and connecting people and being connected to some amazing people like Peggy. I got to meet her, and I'm so glad she's on board with us. Thank you, Paul, for that. And so it's been good. I'm kind of in the model of a renovation on my home, so I've got a lot going on there. And then
while you're doing some woodworking while you're watching Super Bowl.
yeah, I was building myself a workbench for my miter saw because the table that I had it on wasn't sturdy enough. And I like to do woodworking projects in my free time. I don't know if I actually have free time, but when I make time. It's just something I enjoy doing. Different types of projects. I don't know. I've built some furniture and things like that. So it's just something I really enjoy, and I'm trying to do more of it. So as I have more time. And then let's see what else. I made a great connection for a realtor in San Antonio, and she and I are going to be accountability partners, but she's not with the agency, so I'm talking to her about opportunities. And I was also invited to host some open houses for a new home builder in the New Braunfels area, which is the area that I plan to live in a few years after my daughters graduated from grad school. So
Okay.
Just working towards the future and the dream and making some good connections. So all
Yeah.
those good.
Very important to have goals and dreams and kind of have a plan, right? Which is great. So at least you make those connections that way and go down there and just continue to build your mini team first before you get down there, right? So so you imagine with the platform, you can start building up your team in New Braunfels, and then when you're there, you already have a team ready, so that's great.
That's exactly what I'm thinking, Daniel. I'm starting to think a little bit more like you now.
Well, I mean, that's the opportunity. Sometimes we don't understand, but then after, like, just by brainstorming, it's like, hey, Lori, since your goal's there, you might as well start now. Don't have to wait, right? So just start doing things and just making those connections. So that's great.
And by the way, if anybody knows Realtor Connections in Amsterdam, I'm going to be there for 6 days starting on Thursdays. Feel free to connect me so I can pop in and say hi to any of them if y'all know anyone. I'm looking. So
I don't think EXP is open there yet, but it doesn't mean it won't be. And I think it's just finding the right people. So, I think when you're going to Europe, Lori, if you're able to connect with our leaders in France and in Germany or in Spain, ask them how that transition was. What are they doing? What are they looking for? Because you might be able to find that person to open that market. I mean, we all have the ability to do that. So, all right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. So my my office lease client actually signed with Caddo. So for now she's doing like a month to month. She really just, the space and the vibe was really good for her. And they do actually have a referral fee for Caddo. So I'm going to do the paperwork on that today. And then I've got 2 residential listings that I'm working on. One in Fort Worth, more kind of the investor $200,000 base, and another listing in Irving, which is a really nice house, which will probably be more residential. So those are my wins right now.
Perfect. Thank you. Joel.
Good morning, everyone. So I guess wins for the weekend. I got my new listing on the contract already. So we're in option period, so hopefully we'll get through that and get to a closing. My second listing is still on the market. Any buyers for that? That was pretty much it. I mean, and then what else? I think that's it. I'm just very proud of my mentees. They got some listings up on the market. they're working with some buyers as well, and some of them are already under contract. So hopefully they'll be getting their first closings out of the way. So I'm very proud of them and look forward to continue to help them grow.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Joel. Thank you for pouring into mentees, because it is not an easy task dealing with newer agents, but you have that heart and the gift to mentor them. Just continue what you're doing. And, as we continue to have more mentors in our organization to help everyone else grow, really appreciate the mentors that are taking the time to mentor agents and going forward. Thank you. All right. Paul Roberts.
Yes, sir. Thank you. First of all, thanks for your leadership, Daniel. You spent a lot of time with me Friday. You taught me a whole bunch. I got so much more I got to learn from you in this business. And thank you for putting together the commercial boot camp. Just all of us getting together, got to hang out.
It was all Cindy Vo handled all that. We were there to support. So
I've already been texting her saying, "What can I do for you? What can I do for you?" She says, "Bring me closings." I said, "Yes, ma'am." But I got to meet Lori. She's just north of me. We're going to collaborate. We're going to probably do some agent attraction type meetings. Got to learn a lot from Joel. He taught me and Carolyn some stuff on new home builders, which was cool. So it's just a great experience learning from so many people. And then, of course, we met Peggy, and she was the number 200 to We Partners. So that's exciting. And she brings a lot of energy to the table, that's for sure. So we're looking forward to working with her and helping her skyrocket her business. And then you got Pastor Jay that you're talking to today. He's already told me he's got a list of people he wants to bring on up in New Jersey. So that's going to be fun. And I've got 4 people that are taking their test in March. So great things happening. And again, thank you for your leadership, Daniel. Trina, we did our open house yesterday. I shouldn't say we, Carolyn and Trina did. I just showed up and dreamed with them, but they did all the heavy lifting. But we were dreaming with them, and Carolyn's been with me for 10 years. Trina's been with me for 10 years, and we just were talking, no kidding, how blessed we are to have found this group of people after everything we've been through and built and done, and now we're here with, I believe, We Partners, the best group in all of EXP. I've looked at all of them. I steal from some of them. I do this, I do that. But in terms of leadership, Daniel, we are super fired up to have you as our leader, and you're going to expect great things from us for sure.
Well, I appreciate it. We lead together, and it's a collective effort, which I like. It's not like, it's all on me. Everyone here as a leader has the potential, and we just help each other out and just continue to grow. I appreciate it. It's just like with Peggy. I know that Peggy also went to Lori's event, and then just trying to understand. And, and then I think Peggy saw one of your ads and connected, and you guys talked, and, there are so many people in the organization, but the main thing is the collective effort, right? I think Peggy and Lori are going to work on an event with single moms or something like that. They talked about it. They're excited about it. And just, giving back the opportunity for, a group that, to invest, to learn how to invest, to how to, purchase a property with their kids or things like that, and learning from Lori's experience, how she's doing it. So things like that is just really exciting to hear the collaboration within the organization, right? Because sometimes, we have the tier structured and it may not be all perfect, but at the same time, it's how it's all connected and how everyone is coming together. So it's great to see that. Thank you. So Peggy, you want to unmute yourself?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
And happy Lunar New Year.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So I'm super excited to be here. I actually saw Paul's ad. I signed up for that seminar, and then met Lori at one a couple of days before that. I signed up completely different, but then I saw We Network and I started doing some research, and then met Lori, and then met Paul, and was like, this is where I want to be. And then I met Daniel, and I was like, sign me up. Let's do this. So I'm really excited to be here. This is everything that I've been looking for, and
you've been in real estate for a long time. You've been in different industries, but
yes, I was in property management and real estate without my license for a long time, and then was single mom, and then got my license and did 3 deals my first year. And that's with absolutely no support and no help. I mean, bless my broker's heart, but he just did not have any answers to any of my questions. And that's why I'm so excited. The collaboration that goes on with everyone, how everyone supports everybody. Your guys' goals that you have, your vision. I'm your people. I'm really excited to be here. So
Yeah.
Paul and I are getting together and gonna do some things, and so are Lori and I, and that's just the beginning, tip of the iceberg, Daniel.
And you met Rick Davis, so
Yes, I met Rick. Hi, Rick. He was in there somewhere. There he is. Hey. Yeah, super excited about that. Got to meet Calvin at the office on Friday as well. So already working on a commercial deal with a client of mine that I've kind of been holding in my pocket until I met you guys. And then I was like, all right, let's do this. So already been talking to people about, collaborating with them, and I have a couple of agents that I'm talking to that have been looking for a place. So
yeah.
it's good
Perfect.
stuff. All
Thank you,
good stuff.
Peggy. And one thing I learned about Peggy is she does voiceovers for some anime characters, and she showed me that. It was just so cool. And just different things. Everyone has a different talent, and bringing that to the table is going to be great. So, all right, thank you,
I'm excited.
Angela. You're on mute.
Okay. Did I unmute myself? Okay.
Yes.
Learning the process as we go. Brand new to the industry. Very grateful for Lucia. We met when I contacted her for one of my properties. I invested, picked her up at Bigger Pockets, said she knows what she's doing. I'm gonna tag along with her, and we purchased a house, basically a property, and then decided I want to go into the business myself. And she was gracious to say she would be there to help, and has pushed me through every inch that I needed. And after hearing everything that you taught me on the EXP world, I'm all in. I'm like a sponge right now, learning it all and getting everything set up still. So I'm ready once I get through the onboarding paperwork, all that stuff. And so
Yep. You'll go through your classes. Lucia is your mentor, so she'll go over that and just follow those steps. And then the EXP world has changed. It's no longer
I learned that the day of.
So now it's browser based, so you can use your Chromebook or iPad, even your cell phone, to get into the EXP world now. So it's a much easier to access. Because a lot of people we're mobile, we're on the road, and we don't have laptops. So this is another way to get to your broker to ask questions. So it's much easier. I haven't tried it with a cell phone. I can just imagine playing a video game on my phone.
That's exactly the same feel.
There are still some bugs, so it's still some things that they're tweaking. I mean, like technology and switching over a whole new system. Don't forget, the system is since 2009. Now we're switching a whole new way. So as they continue to improve, just give them time. If there is something glitchy, let the tech people know, or even want to let me know, I can let them know. You can always let them know, like, hey, there's a bug here, it's not working. They'll work on it. So all right.
It was interesting. I did find myself in a meeting just as I'm searching around and learning it, and the meeting was on digital business cards, and I was just soaking it up. I'm like, just more. So
there's a lot of information, but main is if a partner at least spends 1 hour a week into learning something new, imagine that after a month or even a year or 6 months, just learning one little new thing, each week. Imagine how much better your business is going to be, how much more engaged you're going to be. I mean, I talked to people like that offboarded before from our group, and I asked them, when's the last time did you take a class? Like, oh, I didn't. I never been in there. So you soaking it up is great. Just continue that, but also set goals, set priority and times, and try to learn something new. And and sometimes you can go back to those classes. So if you missed it, go back to them. So they're there. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Rick Davis, what's going on at the studio?
Good morning, everyone. So cruising are here at the studio. Just got done shooting at. Can you see me? Oh, there he is. Oh, he keeps getting faded out by the blurry background. We just got done shooting the backgrounds and content for the Ebby Allen office, and then had a nice Cracker Barrel breakfast. I had the skillet, which I haven't had in, I don't know, 20 years. But yeah, so that was cool to have everybody visit on Friday. And then I'm in the process of Brian White came in and shot some content. And he actually did the show on Friday. So everything is just like moving right along. I just literally suit up and show up. So it's trying to think of, there's nothing really major happening. It's just like a lot of little wins, a lot of incremental successes and wins, which actually is the way I prefer it, because the what is it, Kaizen, the strong, or the small consistent improvement.
That's good. Just keep on getting those little wins every week. I mean, every day we have little wins just add up to the big wins. So 2024, like I said, Rick, when we first met, we could never imagine, the path when we reconnect, right?
Yeah. Oh man. And it still blows my mind. And then so yesterday I was bummed out. I rolled up and I saw that I took a shot of the postponed party from yesterday, but it was didn't bother me because I just came back to the studio, which is like 2 blocks away. And so now I've invited everybody. I told you I'd invite everybody. So like everybody from my team is invited to come next week, and there's no Super Bowl conflict. But yeah,
Correct.
you did me, whatever, 9 years ago when I taught RPR in your office, that we are now like this. And here we are on a Zoom call about 3 blocks away from each other. And I'm in the studio, and you're at headquarters there. This is unbelievable. So suit up and show up. That's the other.
That's right. Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's see if Calvin is able to speak. I know he's driving. He's always on the road. If he doesn't hop on, I'll see if Brenda Coloma, are you there? Garrett Gann?
Yes, sir.
We'll have
Sorry,
Brenda first. Calvin,
I'm multitasking this morning, so I didn't want you guys to be moving around with me.
No worries.
Win. Well, a lot going on, a lot of activity, all over the place, multifamily office, restaurants, just a lot. 2024, I can already see that we're going to be really active this year, both on the residential and the commercial side. Starting a new commercial coaching program this week, and I'm really excited about it. I'm a lifelong learner, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I love to learn, and I'm excited.
You set your goals for you this year to be more on the production side, to get deals done, to learn all that. So, which is great. I'm glad that you're taking a coaching class for the commercial real estate, so you can, of course, help your clients better and also pick up new clients as you continue to learn. So that's great.
Thank you.
All right. Calvin, I know you unmuted earlier.
Oh,
yes.
Daniel knows everything. Can't do anything,
There you are.
Okay. Well, for those that are smiling, I guess you guys really hope for Taylor Swift to win the Super Bowl. But yeah, I was watching the whole game yesterday. It's like, nerve-wracking. It's like at the end, can't pull it through. But anyway,
I was expecting, because everyone was talking about Taylor Swift, and I thought she was gonna sing the halftime show, so I was expecting. Then all of a sudden, Usher comes up. So I didn't know she was dating the other guy.
Turn off the TV right then.
Yeah.
As soon as like, I want to see Taylor Swift. But anyway, I posted a Mindset Monday, kind of using that as an analogy, because I was, the gap space, for those that are like a football fan, is really to kind of look at small window of opportunity and seize the opportunity and charge at it. So I did a small, a short Mindset Monday using that as an analogy. But Yes, so last week, last Friday, so Peggy onboarded as our number 200, and that's a huge milestone for We Partners. So really need, need to give Daniel a big, applause for all his hard work for the last 3 years to get to this point, continue to kind of carry us through, taking the lead. And now that we are seeing, we have a lot of strong leaders here at the same level as us. We're just going to continue to grow, and I look forward to great things from a lot of you guys, talking to your friends, talking to your sphere of influence about this platform. Just think about, like, being a Super Bowl, right? You want to be with the team that's going to be in the Super Bowl. So that's lots of Super Bowl talk today, but that's kind of like what it is. The environment, the group that you are in, can really help you get to that next level. Who you are associated with can change the trajectory of your life, right? So there's a saying that you are the average of is it 4% that you hang out with, 5%? So minus yourself is 4, right? Or 5, anyway. Well, yeah. So you are who you are associated with. So We Partners, we hope to kind of continue to add value to help all of you guys be really, really successful. So thanks again, Daniel, for your leadership. Thanks again for continuing to pouring into us, pouring into our life, pouring into our business. That's all I have.
All right. Thank you, Calvin. All right. We have Justine and Ella.
Hi everyone, happy Monday. So congrats on We Partners on especially with Daniel and Calvin Wong. I'm just glad to be back working with Partners again. And my win last week, we celebrated our son first month. I had this I had this mini photo shoot for him. And I'm just happy that he is healthy and a happy baby. That's all.
Good. That's good. Well, thank you for continuing to help us. And like, I know when you wake up, you see all these text group chats and everything that we're in. And so it's hard to, I can't imagine managing waking up. That's what Calvin does. When he wakes up, he sees all these other chats going on. Same thing with Ella. So thank you for sharing your win, and congratulations on the 1 month for the baby. And also managing that, being a new mother, managing, the different hours and things like that with us. Thank you very much. All right, Ella, share some wins.
Hi, everyone. Congrats on the 200 partners. I remembered when it was like 20 members in the We Partners. So yeah, I'm just so glad that finally we have 200 partners. Yeah. And for my win, yeah.
No, go ahead.
For my win, I renovated my bedroom because it's kind of like outdated and dusty. So yeah, for a change.
That's good. Yeah, get everything updated, refreshed, and as you guys, when Ella first came on, like she said, we had 20 people, and she's seen the growth. She's seen people all on board, off board. When I look at the list of off-board people who, got out of the industry or just, not the right fit or whatnot, we had over 120 people, 22 people. So that's 322 people we've onboarded for the past 3 years. That's a lot of people. At the same time as the group continues to get stronger, because you have people who aren't in the business, not the right fit, it's fine. Our group is getting stronger and stronger. So now we're at a pivotal point at 200 people, and that within the 200, at least 50 really strong leaders that you guys can look up to, that you can R&D, rip off and duplicate. And then from that 50, it just continues to get stronger, and then we'll be at 300. And then we're at 300, we'll be at 400. We're going to get to 1,000. I know that. But it's not just the people, the number, right? Peggy's not just number 200, right? She's a partner with us. So we get to learn from each other. So really believe because that's the passion, that's the why that we have coming together. And we all have different whys and different purposes. Some people want to do more production and learn certain things. Great, right? This is where we're a collective group to learn that. Some people want to grow. Great, learn, and then you get to learn from these growth leaders what they're doing, right? So, let's see if Garrett is on from San Francisco. He's probably not happy.
No, I was eating breakfast. I didn't want to put my face on there, but undesirable outcome. But Calvin did brought up a good point. I wasn't thinking about tying in the Super Bowl to this, but so I tuned in to only the last 2 minutes of the game. Okay, so I mean I didn't watch the whole thing. I was watching on Google. So the last 2 minutes, Kansas City was down, and I said, okay, well, what are they going to do? How are they going to figure out how to lose? Okay, so they were, 2 minutes. A lot of things can change, but a lot of things don't have to change. It comes down to the last 3 seconds or something, and then tie the game. So they figured out how to not lose. But maybe it's not a not lose attitude. Maybe it was a we must win attitude. But you had to survive enough to get to the next point, which was get to overtime. So they go to overtime and they're still down. They lost. Then they were down 3 points, and then at the last 5 seconds they pulled out and won. So that was pretty amazing, And I think that comes to this business too. You're making phone calls and nothing's happening. You're making phone calls and nothing's happening. You just got to keep going because you don't know who the next person you're gonna talk to. You don't know who is gonna come through that open house door. Oh, I closed an open house lead in late January because I just passed out my card. I gave up. I kind of mentally gave up on because most of them lie and they say they have an agent or whatever. And I got a call. So I got a call and I said, hey, we want to make an offer. I said, really? That's pretty amazing. So we made an offer. There were no other competing offers because the other agent wasn't as aggressive, and we got the deal. We closed it, and I said, wow, amazing. When everybody else was like checking out for end of the year, like Thanksgiving, didn't want to do any work or open houses, I closed the deal. So hey, you just don't know what's around the corner. Just keep doing the work.
Yep. Gotta pursue the work. And, for the newcomers in the business, you gotta cold call, you gotta make more connections, build up your network, build up your sphere, let everyone know that you're not a secret agent. There's a lot of agents out there that they're a secret agent. They're like, oh, I don't want to do social media because, I don't want to give my personal life. Like, then don't put your personal life. Tell people about what's going on in the industry. Like, let me tag you with all the events that are happening, right? Things like that. So don't make an excuse. Don't be a secret agent. People need to know that you're a resource, that you have a team. You're not alone. Garrett, he's on TikTok. He does these funny videos and just creative stuff that, he was kind of for me, I feel like he was like one of the pioneers on just doing, funny stuff on real estate. Just, kind of follow him on Instagram and TikTok and stuff. You don't have to do that, but I'm just saying you just need to understand how he's been able to pick up leads that way. That's another avenue. So make sure you're doing something. Win for me, and I'll close it out. I share with my dad the 200, because he's been he doesn't understand exactly what I'm doing, but he sees that there are people coming in. And I said, we have a group of 200 people now. And he looked at me just very proud, but at the same time is just showing him like, it's not stopping. And he sees that I'm very passionate about what we're doing and having meetings, flying different places, meeting people. He sees that, and I think he's very proud to see that I'm doing something different, right? And using the foundation that he built on and just continue to find good people. Because, when I shared this model, it's not about the rev share, it's about the people. Because hopefully my children will listen to these videos one day when I'm not here to show that this is for them. This is for your kids too. If you have children, this is for them. This is even for Justine's little boy in Philippines, right? That this is able to build up something for them in the future. And hopefully we all come together. Joelle's doesn't have a kid that he knows of. But in the future, maybe, who knows, right? But things like that, just, I mean, you have to believe in it. I mean, you really have to be passionate about it and be a partner, right? I talked to a gentleman this morning. He came over, Moen. He came over for coffee. He knew that he just guessed that I would be there, and he just wanted to meet because he knows that during the day I'm just busy. But he's like, well, I know Daniel's probably going to be at this coffee shop, so he just came to have some quality time and just to sit down and chat and just talk about life. And he's getting his Texas license, so he'll come back on board back with us. And same thing, just pour into others. And he was asking me, he's like, hey, Daniel, I know you're really busy. He asked me a question like, are you balancing your family life and everything? And I said, yes. I do get home late at times, and I know I need to spend more time with my children. So just having him as a leader just tell me that, like, I need to also be intentional, right? Because I know that building's great and pouring into people is great, but also I have to also not forget my family, even though my focus is family, but at the same time, I have to be there too. So just balancing. So if you see me that like, hey, I'm working late, make sure I'm heading home and spending quality time too, as well. But at the same time, as I want to close out, is you guys have a great Monday. It's just the start of the week, work week. Let's get the grind. You know where we can find us. Ella and Justine are working hard behind the clock and through all the texts and chats and everything. So just continue to stay blessed, and let's huddle back up. There are other things going on. There's actually at 11 o'clock Central Time, there's a sales productivity call with Tom Trong and his organization. So please hop on to his website, agentsgetfree.com, and you can find all the stuff, classes or online stuff that they're doing. We'll huddle up next week. And if there's other people you want to invite just to see it, if they don't want to talk, that's okay. They can just say, hey, I'm not ready to speak, but they can kind of see our culture, what we're doing, and just invite. All right. We'll see you guys. Bye-bye.